Okay, yeah, we're not having any of that donut stuff, okay? I'm not eating that donut, and you shouldn't either. Carbs are bad. Anyways, today we're going to install our clean water treatment system so we can have clean drinking water, because the New York City drinking water really isn't that tasty. So it's going to go in here. As you can see, there's nothing in here at the moment. No filter. But this is where it'll go, right over there, I believe. It's going to be a Better Waters XL7000 filtration system. So you're drilling a hole through the sink.
Yep, gonna go right through. That will give us the hole for the faucet stem to drop down and then connect. Wow. Okay.
You broke your bit.
Yeah. You know what? I noticed there was something a little odd going on with that right from when I started. That's why I did it a second time. Because it looked like the drill bit was bent because it was moving at a weird angle that it shouldn't have. I mean, I literally have a whole box of it with something in the world, but yeah, there's something unusual happening there.
Worked that time.
Yeah, it's just...
Sorry about your bit.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Half inch, so... Start.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks like it was made to be.
We have our faucet.
Yeah, that's why chlorine, anything that's like petroleum based, with that kind of thing, you don't have like gas station leaks really an issue here in Manhattan because you know your water's coming from an aqueduct. But lead is something to be concerned about because not from the water itself, from the mains and the pipes that deliver the water. Many of them are very old. They either have lead solder joints or really lead pipes themselves. Also, just the amount of iron and sludge that comes through is a concern because the mains are so old and they're starting to disintegrate. So pieces of them are literally breaking off and end up in the water stream. That's why the first one, the canister, its real job more than anything else, the sediment filter one, the one I'm going to leave you with extra filters for, is to trap any kind of sediment, rust, and particles. And then after that acts like a strainer and goes into the XL7000, then that can remove chemicals, chlorine, lead, and all those kinds of things. Cartridge.
Okay, so cartridge.
Sediment. Yep,
cartridge,
sediment
right?
filter. This is the one that's going to be changed with the most frequency. Unwrap it. There's a little hole here and an indentation there. So you put it in so it fits. The hole goes in the indentation. Once you do that, you go to the canister like so. Start turning to the right until it catches. You can feel it once it does. Sometimes it just takes a few attempts. There it goes.
And it just screws on.
Just screws on, and you take the old filter wrench and just give it a little bit of a turn. You don't have to go nutso on it, but just so it's snug. And the valve to turn the water on and off, right here. It's built into the housing. This blue-handled valve right here that I'm touching.
Okay.
So when you change it, you're going to
make sure to shut that off.
Exactly. So let me give you from the top. What you're going to do when you change it, turn this valve so it's off. Okay. The next thing to do, open the faucet, and that will take the pressure off of the line. Because otherwise, it's like holding your finger on a straw, and there's still a lot of pressure. So open the faucet, take the pressure off the line. It'll sputter for a moment, then stop. Turn the faucet back off. Use this filter wrench to go on here. Hold the top of the canister so you don't rip it off the wall. And just turn to the left, counterclockwise. It will unscrew. Open the cartridge once you get it started. Unscrew it by hand. Take it down. Dump it out with the water in it. Unwrap the new cartridge. Put it back into place as I showed you. Tighten it back up by hand. Give it that extra little quarter of a turn with the filter wrench. Turn this valve back on. You're right back in business.
Great. Okay. Seems simple enough.
Yep. And also, just so you're aware, obviously you have the leak detector that's in the back corner there. I know that sometimes when you're changing the filter, despite your best efforts, it can, dribble or splash or whatever. If it gets the leak detector wet when you're doing the filter change, the sponge will expand, the arm will go off, and then you turn the water back on and nothing will happen. So don't be alarmed if that happens. You can always take one of the extra sponges if you get it wet, dry it off really good, throw out the old one, put a new one in, and flip the arm back down, it will turn it right back on. Also, what you can do just before you change the filter, if you take, like, let's say a towel or something like that, and just sort of stuff it over here in the corner so it's on top of the leak detector. That way, if some water splashes, it gets the towel wet, doesn't soak through. So that's something that's a good tip you might want to think about if you're changing it.
Okay, and then we just screw on the XL7000.
Yep. Just locks in place like so. There's an arrow here, there's an arrow there. You start with lining the two arrows up. This arrow with this little arrow right where my finger is pointing. So you start by taking this arrow, lining it up, turn a little left and right until it catches, turn to the right, you're on. And right now, we are on. Everything is on. I'm going to turn the pressure onto it. I'm going to turn the coffee bar off for a minute so I could flush it from the faucet. And then we'll turn everything on once I've done that.
No leak.
So far, so good. Full pressure.
So there's just a little air in the line there?
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, everything is brand new. There's air in the canisters, there's air in the line, there's air all over the place. So when you start, you're going to get that. And there it is. Water.
Comes out pretty high pressure.
Yeah, that's the good thing about this is, I've done it all in 3/8 line, which is a good diameter, so you're going to get good pressure. You really shouldn't have much of an issue pressure-wise.
And it's even though we're getting that much pressure, it is cleaning out the water.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, in theory, not even in theory, in practice, I have done it where I've installed these filters on a kitchen sink faucet on the cold water line, and you can still use it like you would any normal kitchen sink. You will have enough pressure and it will still work. But it's just you end up wasting a lot of capacity of the filter, and especially in a place where you could have 20 people filling up glasses in a row, and then also people doing dishes and whatever. It kind of is a waste. Whenever there's an opportunity to have an additional faucet, you really should take it.
Okay.
But somewhere between 3 to 6 months, I would want a new 5 micron sediment filter. Correct. Now the XL7000, you're going to want, again, I don't know how many people are going to be here on an average basis, but you're going to want to get that changed between 1 and 2 years. Okay? Turn the water off, the cartridge comes out just like I showed you when we were putting it in. Put a new one in, turn it on, you're good to go. It's not a big long process, be in and out of here doing it, or even if you prefer to do it, that would be fine. But somewhere in the 1 to 2 year range.
A couple years.
Yeah. Yep. I wouldn't want to go more than 2 years personally. Because what you don't want to do is basically wait for the thing to become totally fouled and then change it. You really want to do it ahead of the curve, so to speak. So give it a year or 2 years, put a new cartridge. See how you have like little swirls of bubbles? That's just the air. Yeah, and you can see it sort of swirls and rises to the top. So that's not actual sediment or anything like that. It's just little air bubbles. And as I said, that works its way out over time.
All right, look forward to trying the drinking water.
Yeah, you're going to like it, man. You're going to like it. You're never going to turn back.
Still got those donuts, Mark.
Yeah, alright. You ain't got to tell me twice, man. He said he wanted something that has some kind of filling, so I guess this one looks like some kind of cream.
That's bad enough, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
And I am a simple man, so I will take a simple donut. I think I should take a plain donut.
That's just a plain donut,
I might just take a plain donut. Man. I'm a simple man.
All right, Mark, thank you very much, sir.
All right, now. Been a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Came out pretty well.
Okay, so our water filtration system is complete. We now have drinking water. We have right here our sediment filter. Then we have our 0.2 Micron filtration system by Better Waters. It's an XL7000 right here. And we have a line here that's going down to our emergency shutoff valve, goes into the sediment filter, and then goes across to the main filter. And then we have it come around and out to drinking water faucet. And then the other line goes this way to the coffee maker, which is right there. So we have a complete drinking water system here now. The defining moment is to see how it tastes. So now we're going to see if somebody can actually tell the difference between the tap water and the filtered Better Waters water. 2 glasses. Hey, Ervis?
Yes, sir.
I want you to try the swag. Over here on this side. No.
What?
I'm going to show it to you because it's a test.
Is the camera working?
I don't know. We'll see.
Is it putting poison? Where's the camera?
Taste that water.
Where's the camera? It's great.
It's great?
Great.
Okay, try that water. See if there's a difference.
I don't like this one.
Which one?
This one.
What does it say? Let's see.
Tap.
Tap. Oh, so it's the clean water that is clean.
Yeah.
That's from the XL7000 Better Waters filtration system. That is right here.
Wow, 7,000. But you can feel it. You can.
0.2 microns.
Good.
You can feel it and you taste it and it's good, huh?
This one is way.
It's good.
It's way better. It's the like spring.
Spring water.
Spring water.
Yeah.
You don't,
Good stuff.
you don't see any difference.
Thank you. I wanted that answer. Because I felt really bad because it was really expensive. All right. Well done, Mark from Clean Water Services. Thank you again. All right. That makes that coffee taste a lot better too.